Well, as you probably well know, the price of eggs is very high and it's not going down anytime soon. I was just reading that the avian flu is still decimating millions of birds, and so there's definitely a lack of laying hens, as well as rising costs in feed, in gas, transport costs, bedding costs, whatever it takes to raise a chicken. Um, those costs have gone up too. For me, baking is like my so called love language. I love to make baked goods and bring them to people for events or just for fun or to serve or whatever. And eggs are generally an integral part of most items that you bake. What I've done in this video is talked about ways you can get around using eggs. There's many ideas in this video about things you can make, things you could look for at the grocery store, and some tips and hints to eliminate almost completely use of eggs in your baking. So let's get started.
My first stop was Dollar Tree. They have got quite a few mixes that do not require any eggs at all. Here's the chocolate chip cookie mix, the biscuit mixes. Basically, they require just maybe some margarine or some water or some milk.
Walmart has many of the same mixes, but in larger sizes. When I went to Grocery Outlet, I also noticed that some of their mixes do not require any eggs also. These chocolate chip cookie cups and this mega cookie sugar cookie, for example, required no eggs whatsoever. Basically, you just have to turn the box around. Sometimes a similar product would need eggs and certain products wouldn't need eggs. So the best thing to do is to just start familiarizing yourself with the ingredients. Freezer dough is another way to get your baking done. Dollar Tree has some freezer dough. I noticed in their freezer section, Mrs. Fields, some of the cookie doughs, especially the pre-cut ones, are big. For example, this Mrs. Fields chocolate chip cookie dough makes 6 big cookies. Well, you can cut those up into quarters and have a lot of small snack size cookies which fit well into treat bags. Here are 2 more cookie doughs that I found at Grocery Outlet. They also had chocolate chip. All of them were 99 cents each. And don't forget, fruit is your friend. When I was at Walmart, I took a peek at their
pie fillings, and there's a whole bunch of them, and they're not overly expensive depending on which type you like for the big jars. And their pie crust mix, if you don't make your own, is 98 cents. And I'll tell you something, people like getting pies. They're not used to it. We're used to eating cookies when we go to people's houses, or maybe cakes or cupcakes, but pies are really a treat. So this might be the time to start trying your hand at making some pies. And don't forget cobblers and crisps. They are delicious and pretty, and you can even use canned fruit for them. And if you like to get cake mixes on sale and you like to have them around, and suddenly you're looking at cake mixes that require several eggs and wondering what to do, well, there are 2 solutions for this. Number one is you can definitely get egg replacer, which works just fine. I've been using Bob's Red Mill for years, and it works fine in a cake mix. And you can also make dump cakes. You can get a lot of bang for your buck out of a dump cake. Basically, it's pie filling, cake mix, and a stick of margarine. I've made them in both the crock pot and in the oven, and they are always good and always delicious. If you go online and put dump cakes, you will get more flavors and more combinations you could ever imagine, and you will definitely find a use for those cake mixes that you have. I also had another idea when I was at Walmart. I saw they had that dipping chocolate and almond bark, and in the end I ended up buying some almond bark. And I was thinking, gosh, the great things you can make. Dipped pretzels, dipped cookies. I have used this before, and I've dipped sugar cookies in them from Dollar Tree. And as a matter of fact, I picked up some pretzel rods, and I'll be experimenting with some chocolate dipping in the next few days. And then putting sprinkles on top. They are absolutely delicious. They look real pretty, and you don't need an egg at all.
Hopefully you found these suggestions helpful somewhat. If you have any other ideas, please mention it in the comments. We all need all the help we can get. I've also put together a playlist of all the things I've made over the years that do not require eggs. Some dump cakes, some cobblers, stuff like that. So those are available also. Happy baking, happy cooking, and thank you so much for watching.